This is the Renault 5 Turbo 3E. It's not a design study. It's not a one-off special. This is a real car that you'll soon be able to buy with money. And it's as mad as a bag of badgers.
Right then, here it is. Goodness me, the new Renault 5 Turbo. What is it? Well, as the name suggests, it's a reimagining of the also mad old Renault 5 Turbo from the 80s. What it's not, and we should say this from the outset, is a souped up version of the existing electric Renault 5. That's what the Alpine A290 is. This is several levels above those. In fact, according to Renault, what we have here is an all-new genre of car. They call it the mini supercar. And to back that up, here are some supercar numbers for you. 540 horsepower, sub 3.5 second 0 to 60 time, predicted 6-figure price tag. For me, the maddest number is actually 1,980, which is how many they're going to build. Not 2, not 20, almost 2,000. Renault clearly thinks there are at least 2,000 people mad enough to buy something this mad, and actually, having seen it up close, I'm inclined to agree. But perhaps madder still, this is road legal. This is not a track toy. I mean, it is. It's clearly designed primarily to go sideways around circuits, but it's also a road car. Having said that, I would discourage getting this as your new urban runabout because it's wide. This is the first car I've ever seen with a length to width ratio on the spec sheet. Would you like to know the length to width ratio of the new Renault 5 Turbo? It's 2. It's 2. It's about 4 meters long and over 2 meters wide. That is, in fairness, a new genre of car. Name another. I was racking my brain. I thought Lancia Stratos maybe, but it's way shorter and way narrower. In the comments, name another car with a length to width ratio like it. You couldn't roll this thing if you tried. And I mean, it just looks phenomenal, doesn't it? It looks like a comic book come to life. It's brash and aggressive and in your face, and it looks like it has no business being legal on the road, which again, very much in keeping with the old Renault 5 Turbo. And what's interesting here is we've got different kinds of aero taking place. We've got like race car downforcey aero, like the splitter at the front, like this inlet in the bonnet, but we've also got EV efficiency type aero going on, like these two intakes just in front of the back wheel. They cool the brakes and then they feed the air through a little outlet just by the brake lights, good for the coefficient and what have you. Although one of them is fake and that's where the charge port is. And just look at these dishy 20-inch wheels. That's one of the best wheels I've ever seen, with an aero cover which has writing on it, and I've never seen this before. It says remove before track. That's because, according to Renault, if you don't take them off before doing track work, the brakes will catch fire. This is a real car.
We're really excited to partner with Duracell Energy to showcase their amazing renewable energy solutions. If you want to reduce your energy bills and join the renewable energy transition, installing home battery storage and solar panels at home is a great way to start. Duracell Energy's ecosystem of products typically partners with solar panels, but they can be just as effective without it, particularly for electric vehicle owners or anyone looking to take control of their energy. And with Duracell Energy's Platinum Homeowner offer, viewers can get a custom service that pairs you with top quality products and the best installers in your area. Duracell Energy's batteries, inverters and EV chargers work together on one easy-to-use app. With features like dynamic tariff integration and grid services, you'll be able to maximise your return. Ready to get started? You can get your quote today. And don't forget, we're also giving away a Duracell Energy Bunny in every episode. Just answer the question about Fully Charged by following the link in the description. Good luck!
We're short on time today, so I can't go through all the details, but I mean, I'll let the B-roll speak for itself. Every angle madder than the last. I've just seen how I can see the wheel through these little fins here, just in front of the driver's door. And the sheer width of these arches, it beggars belief that this is an actual real car. And I've got news for you. Under the bodywork, it doesn't get any less crazy. Again, cannot stress enough that this is not a souped up Renault 5. It's all new under there. So we've got an all new aluminium electric vehicle platform for lightness. We've got an all-new carbon fibre monocoque on top of that platform for lightness and for stiffness. But the most remarkable technical element of this car is inside these dishy wheels, because this is going to be, to my knowledge, the first production EV that sports in-wheel motors. 2 of them, 1 for each rear wheel, 270 horsepower each, for a total of 540. Now, I've actually had the privilege of driving a couple of prototypes with in-wheel motors, an Aptera and a Lightyear. Those cars were using them for their incredible efficiency. This is using them for different reasons. Specifically, biblical torque, less delayed power delivery, that's compared to other EVs which have no delay, so that's scary. Improved lightness, and it's a packaging game changer. Because of course, there's no gubbins, there's no axle, it's just in the wheel. So this thing, strangely, has a very big boot. It's very practical. By the way, that biblical torque figure for this car, it's 4,800 Newton meters. That's what they're claiming. Peak torque, 4,800 Newton meters, which is, well, it's 6 Range Rovers. I'm guessing they've fudged that in some way to slightly exaggerate it, because if that were true, and you did a burnout in this thing, you would briefly stop the rotation of the Earth. In any case, how exciting to see this new technology that we've known has been kind of floating around for a long time finally make it into a production car, and what a production car to debut in. Here's some slightly more practical details for you. 70 kilowatt hour battery, bigger than you might have thought, right? Renault wants this to have decent range, even if you're absolutely abusing it around a racetrack. The quoted number is over 250 miles. I'm sure you could bring that down a bit if you were really giving it large at Silverstone, but that's what they're saying. That incidentally represents 4 miles to the kilowatt hour. In-wheel motors, baby, efficient. As for the price, that's a number you'll be wanting to hear. The answer is we don't know. We really pressed and we poked and we tried to get something out of them, and here's what we've roughly been told. 6 figures, that's for sure. Ballpark starting price in the region of £140,000, but these are all going to be very bespoke, liveries and upholsteries and what have you, and they reckon by the time you're done specking yours, it could well be more than 200 grand. Now, are there 1,980 people on planet Earth mad enough and rich enough to get something like this? I actually think probably yes. Because it has no rival, there is no car like it, which gives it that desirability for the millionaire who has everything and just wants to stand out in the car park in Monaco or at the golf club. I actually think a bigger question and my biggest reservation with this car is, are there enough racetracks that can accommodate an electric track toy like this? This says it can charge at 350 kilowatts. You show me a circuit with 350 kilowatt charging on site. I do slightly wonder if they've gone a bit too track biased with this thing. But then I suppose if it had been more road biased, it would be stepping on the toes of the Alpine. I don't know. What I can say, based on render images of the interior, which we've not been able to see today, is it is very racy in there. We're talking carbon bucket seats, we're talking 8-point safety harnesses, we're talking big hydraulic handbrake and drift settings. It's just mad. It is a strict 2-door, 2-seater, by the way. I'm sorry if you were seriously considering this as your new school run mobile. I am in awe of this machine. Even having been stood next to it for an hour, I can't quite believe that it's real, and I'm very interested to know what you, the good people of Fully Charged, think of this thing in the comments. I'm sure you'll have some opinions. I imagine a lot of people will say things along the lines of, what's the point of it? And to that, I have 2 answers. Number 1, and I've said this before, we need bedroom poster electric cars. They can't all be sensible and practical. This is an electric car that kids will want when they grow up, and that's cool. Number 2, Renault have earned this. They've earned the opportunity to let their hair down and just take a victory lap, because they're making fantastic electric cars. And the sensible version of this, the normal Renault 5, is for me one of, if not the most appealing small affordable EVs going at the moment. So this mad pat on the back that they've given themselves, I'm okay with it. So there we are, Renault 5 Turbo 3E, OMFG, TBH. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and if you have been, thanks for watching.